I hope we can talk.
That's cute. I hope we can talk. Listen, Gareth, I hope that the England football team don't get slapped 4-0 at home to Hungary. Okay, that's what I hope for. Sometimes in this life, you don't get what you hope for. Especially if, as the England football manager, instead of sitting there and looking at tactics and formations and actually paying attention to football, you're out there like, let me just focus on sexism. Bro, you can't beat Hungary at home. What makes you think you can beat sexism?
I hope we can talk. Because the privilege of being a man sometimes blurs our vision.
This is how hopeless Gareth Southgate is at everything that he does. He's fed up losing at football, okay? By the way, this guy is a career loser. Anytime England look like they're going to win a major tournament, Gareth Southgate messes it up. Whether he's playing or managing, he just manages. When I think of England international football failure, like who is the face of failure at an international level? It's Gareth Southgate throughout all eras of football that I can remember watching, okay? This guy is a serial loser. Now, he's taking on sexism, and he opens with the most sexist statement I've ever heard. It's like, sometimes the privilege of being a man can blur our vision. Don't be sexist. It's like, being a man is a privilege. Being a man is so much better than being a woman. Don't be sexist. Being a man is so much better than being a woman. Don't be sexist.
And there's a clear problem we all need to tackle.
I'm just going to throw this in here, man. I wouldn't trust this guy around kids, around children. He's got a very strange look about him, Gareth Southgate. Like, whatever the establishment line is, Gareth Southgate has it. You might be wondering, how is such a career loser the manager of the England team? Whatever they tell this guy to say, he'll say. If they say to him, hey, Gareth, you're the England football manager, you can probably coerce some children into having an experimental gene therapy injection, he'll be like, sure, cool, yeah, where do I go? What do I do? It's like, hey, Gareth, can you say some words that'll make men and women hate each other? Sure. Hey, Gareth, can you say some stuff that'll make black and white people in this country hate each other? Deal, sure. Hey, Gareth, when it comes to the penalty shootout, can you get some young black kid who's like 18 to take his first ever penalty and the crucial fifth penalty with a high chance that he'll miss, and then turn around and be like, oh, it's so mean the way people treat black people in this country. It's like, bro, you set them up to fail. Do you think we're stupid? Why would you ask the young black guys to take the crucial penalties when they've never taken penalties before? You think I don't see what you're doing? Dude, this guy is the worst. He is the worst.
The amount of abuse I get for being a woman is unbelievable.
Sexist hate has stifled women for far too long.
Then here's an idea, Gareth. Why don't you stop doing it? All the sexism so far in this video has come from Gareth. He's like, listen, guys, being a man is so much better than being a woman. Okay? Don't be sexist.
It's something we suffer every day.
Designed to devalue and damage, the disregard remains strong.
Get back in the kitchen.
Get back in the kitchen. Serious question. When was the last time you heard anyone say to a woman, get back in the kitchen? I've not heard anyone say that for like 15 years. Also, how does it help women to be like, listen, you're so helpless. If someone tells you to get back in the kitchen, you need E and Gareth Southgate's help. How about grow up? How about, listen, no one's saying you get back in the kitchen, and if they do, just ignore it. Good God, there isn't a woman in the kitchen anywhere in the country, trust me. They've got you all out there working. They've got women do you know women have never been unhappier? Statistically, women have never been unhappier than they are today. They tricked women into like, hey, you want to go out into the workplace. Don't stay at home with your family. You want to get a job because the only way people can afford to live these days is if both parents are working, which means that no one's looking after the children, which means like weird sex offender looking guys like Gareth Southgate could sneak in there and pressure them into getting an injection that will ruin their life. That's the truth.
Whether it's online or offline, the purpose is clear.
To belittle me.
Harass me.
To make me disappear.
It just adds to the climate of intimidation and fear.
Listen, I want to know who told Gareth Southgate that he can drop some bars. I want to know. Who's the person at the EE or the FA or wherever that said, listen, I think we should have Gareth Southgate drop some freestyle, like, you know?
Deep down, those comments really do affect people.
It shapes you.
It shapes you. So if someone says something mean to you online, it shapes you. Listen, I'm not going to be sexist. Just like Gareth Southgate said, I'm not going to be sexist. And I'm going to speak to the ladies in this advert as I would speak to a man. Okay? Don't be such a pussy. It shapes you. So someone sends you a mean comment and it shapes who you are. That's your problem. People are going to say mean shit to you in this life. These people like Gareth Southgate and EE, they sell you this dream that, listen, me and Rio Ferdinand are going to do a couple of rhyming videos online and then no one's going to say anything mean to you for the rest of your life because everyone respects Gareth Southgate so much. Look, he's got a 3-piece suit and he looks like a sex offender when he wears it.
As a son, a brother, a friend or a father, it's a stain on us all that the requirement for female success is skin thick enough to weather that storm.
We shouldn't have to deal with negativity, but we have to.
It's mind-blowing.
And for our teammates that have made it out on the pitch, representing their nation with pride, why should they be paid with pain just for playing the beautiful game?
What are you even talking about? How are they getting these messages? Are they giving out their phone number and then people are like, get back in the kitchen, you silly cow? And they're like, oh, it shaped me. What are you talking about? Are you talking about like comments on like social media? You're aware like anyone that puts content on the internet will tell you all you get in your comments is hate and bullshit, whatever you're saying. That's just part of life. But all of a sudden, it's only women that have to put up with it. And women are so helpless that Gareth Southgate needs to do a video to save them. You have any idea how sexist this is, Gareth?
There's been times where I'm just like, why do I play football? Because what's the point?
Because football is football, no matter who kicks the ball.
Wow. I wonder how we lost 4-0 at home to Hungary. I wonder how Pep Guardiola is a better manager than Gareth Southgate. You reckon Pep Guardiola is in there at halftime like, hey, listen, guys, football is a football. Whoever kicks the ball, you reckon that's what he's saying to players? You know when Pep brings them over to the touchline and says, do you reckon he's saying, listen, football is football, whoever kicks the ball? Do you reckon that's what we were?
It's everyone's game.
And the same goes for life. Living is for all.
Then maybe you should stop pushing dangerous vaccines on people in your position as the England manager, Gareth. Honestly, I can't wait for the Nuremberg trials for this clown to be up there. He's one of the number one people that I want to see on trial for this shit. You're pushing vaccines in your position as England manager, and then you got the balls to come out there and be like, living is for all. Dude, we lost 4-0 at home to Hungary. And you're out there like you're Pythagoras or something.
Version of me.
Women have the right to grow great without your judgment. Their potential isn't secondary to ours.
Dude, you're literally the only one in this video suggesting that that's the case. Nobody thinks like that, Gareth. Why are you trying to make men and women hate each other? Well, I know why you're doing it, because that's what the establishment want. This whole video, all this, you think people at EE really give a shit about women? Honestly, this whole thing is designed to get divide and rule. Politics is divide and rule. That's all it is. And the England manager is now it's part of politics. The England manager, it's not about football anymore. It doesn't matter what results you get, clearly. It's just about divide everyone. Get women to hate men. Get black people to hate white people and vice versa. It's so...
So ask yourself, how can anyone be the best version of themselves when we place limits on their powers?
Why don't you ask yourself how any footballer can be the best version of themselves with you as their manager? Just this clueless idiot spouting establishment propaganda instead of knowing about football.
We're in this race, but we're kind of chained from behind, which no one can really see.
Be sure the words we use matter. Call out those who shame.
Have you noticed how all these adverts are shot like they're horror movies? They're like, oh, don't add to the culture of fear. Meanwhile, all these adverts are... You know? It's so obvious, man.
Your words don't just hurt one of us, it hurts all of us.
Show that we care, so the next generation won't suffer the same.
It is important to check and challenge people.
But it's not about pointing the finger. Let's educate so we grow, because nobody's perfect. That we all know. As allies, put yourself in their shoes.
As allies. Do you understand the brainwashing? The words these people choose are very important. Allies. When do you have allies? Under what situation do you have allies? If you're going to the cinema, you don't need allies to go to the cinema, do you? You need allies when you're going to war. And what these people are doing is they're trying to make you live in a world where men and women are at war. And you have to be an ally to women. You have to be on the side of women in the war against men. That's what this advert is telling you. It's actually disgusting. These people, they always come to you as a false angel of light. It's like, oh, we're so caring here at E with Gareth Southgate that we got Gareth Southgate doing raps. We're so caring that we got you listening to Gareth Southgate rap. That's how much we care about you.
And we can all hope for change.
For something so small, you could make the biggest difference in someone's life.
Because it's not her problem to solve. Not now. Not then.
I'm Gareth Southgate. And women can't solve their own problems. Don't be sexist. That's the end of the video again. Wait. Before the video ends, I would like to encourage you to visit the link in the description to this video and consider supporting this channel on Subscribestar. You can give me $5 a month, okay? And it means that I will be able to keep doing this because times are hard, folks. And if no one supports the channel, it's going to go away. Okay. Enjoy the rest of the video. I figure, like, if you made it this far into the video, there's a chance that you might be interested in supporting the channel. So, see you. The video's ending in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ending now.